even had weird dreams doing this. I don't know what it was. Like I was having crazy dreams of having to like identify like my family's bodies in like weird places. Like no, it's crazy. Yeah. So I don't even want to go to sleep anymore.
Con Gaby Cam y Javier Ibarreche.
Richard, Owen, Anna, hello. It's so nice to see you. Congratulations on this beautiful, terrifying, and funny film. How are you guys?
Beautiful is a great word for final decision.
It's funny. Yeah.
I love these films. Immersing yourself in the universe of Final Destination Bloodlines and exploring so many representations of death with a heavy family theme. Has there been any subtle of significant change in your own perspective or relationship with mortality?
Yes. I'm so anxious all the time.
Say it.
I'm afraid of power chords now. And it has nothing to do with like anything that happens in the movie. It has everything to do with just being on a set and looking at all of the power chords and all of the ways that one thing is like plugged into one thing and someone could drop water on it and then it's done. Yeah, like I'm just hyper aware of everything now in like the best way. I think I've been protecting myself. Maybe I wasn't aware enough before.
Yeah.
That's on anxiety.
Final Destination saga has a very particular tone where horror and humor often intertwine. What was it like for you finding that balance portraying Eric? And maybe was there any line you crossed or almost crossed in terms of humor that made you hesitate?
I'm crossing all the lines. No, it was like that was so much fun to be kind of playing humor in the middle of all this because I'm a massive Final Destination fan. So I kind of like, you know that death is coming and that's scary, but at the same time you want to have the audience smile and laugh a little bit. So to me that was just an incredible, and they were so open. Our two directors, Adam and Zach, were so open to kind of like playing, and they allowed all of us to sort of play and have fun with it. And if they, if we ever went too far, they would tell us.
Yeah.
How does the sibling dynamic provide a source of strength, conflict, or both for Bobby? And were there any specific moments or scenes where the brotherly connection was particularly crucial?
Obviously, I think it made the entire movie more intense because, we've kind of experienced all of these dynamics with friends before, but it's like, but there was a big question out there too, is like, can you make it about a family? Like, is that too intense? Is that too weird to kind of go back and forth? Can people still have fun and sit at the edge of their seats and stuff?
They're really like walking very like a tightrope act with this. And I feel like we really pulled it off. Like to be able to care about each other, but still have fun in the movie is a really delicate balance.
Yeah, I was nervous while I was filming it. I would do something, come back and be like, is this too intense?
I couldn't believe when I watched it how funny it was. And then at the end with, the characters, the scene. I'm trying to be vague.
The key thing is everyone in this cast, we all clicked so quickly and we just immediately had so much chemistry. And for me, I have an older sister and you have a younger brother. These scenes that we're doing is stuff that interactions we've had with my sister and your brother, and it was all very real. Like we didn't really have to act much because it was just reality. And I think that's the core of this movie. It's grounded and it's so relatable. The relationships, and we're all in this together as a family. And I think that's what makes this movie so special.
Beyond the visceral thrills and the suspense, let's talk about the underlying family theme that you both aim to explore in this one. Would you say this theme for this reimagining offers a different perspective on fate, consequence, or the nature of death itself compared to previous films?
What a great question. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that really excited us about getting involved in this version of Final Destination. Making it about a family makes the journey a lot more emotional. There's a lot more high stakes, and when your family members are on death's list, it's a lot more intense. And also more relatable because everyone has a family. Everyone can see their own family in these characters and imagine what it would be like if they were a part of this awful, crazy experience.
To negotiate with death on Darlene's family's behalf, what argument would you use to try and save them or at least delay the inevitable?
An interesting question.
Wow.
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
I mean, I look at that question. I have 2 kids. I think of these 2 as part of my family of children, and I would do anything to protect any of them. I mean, so if that means giving up my own, the fact that Darlene gets to come full circle, I don't want to give away, but and reconnect and find redemption, forgiveness from her children, and redemption. I think she does the right thing. I would absolutely follow exactly what she did.
Tony Todd is back. He's a fan favorite, and undoubtedly, this is a significant moment for all the Final Destination fans. Can you share a little about the conversations that led to the inclusion in Bloodlines for this character, and what you hope his presence will bring to the viewing experience for the longtime followers of this saga?
Yeah, we were really grateful to be able to have Tony in the film. He was ill when we were writing the film and shooting the film, so we knew that this was probably going to be his last Final Destination movie. But he was extremely excited and eager to be in the film, and on set he had so much joy and excitement to kind of bring his character Bloodworth back. And it also was a unique experience to give him the opportunity to also say goodbye to the character and say goodbye to the audience. And it leads to a very special moment in the movie where we asked him to speak from the heart about what this film has been about, all these films, about life. And he gives a little speech that he made up on the spot about how precious life really is. And it's a very emotional, very important moment of the movie. And I think fans of Tony's will really feel like it's a special moment where he's speaking right to them to say goodbye.
Considering that Final Destination heavily plays with the fear of the everyday, was there any situation or element on the filming set that, after the experience of the movie, generated maybe a strange feeling or a slight paranoia in your daily life?
I will never drive behind a logging truck ever again.
Yes. And I don't want to get in an MRI machine ever again. That one will be difficult for me.
And then you go revolving doors, escalators,
there's so
retaining
much.
beds.
There's so much.
Stop.
I even had weird dreams doing this. I don't
Yeah.
know what it was. Like, I was having crazy dreams of having to, like, identify, like, my family's bodies in, like, weird places. Like, no, it's crazy. Yeah, so I don't even want to go to sleep anymore. I'm
We
staying
would
up.
talk a lot about, when we were all on set together, talk about things that could happen in the Rube Goldberg way of this could lead to this. Suddenly for me, as soon as I finished the film and went home, I really don't think about it now. I still hesitate a little bit at a revolving door, and I really won't drive behind a logging truck. But the rest of it kind of faded. But for a while, it was forefront in all of our lives.
I will say that that scene will haunt me forever. It will haunt me once a week on Thursdays forever.
With each installment, there's always this pressure to deliver death scenes that are both shocking and memorable. Were there any particular personal inspirations, be it real-life anxieties, urban legends, or even previous Final Destination deaths that sparked the creativity behind some of the standout misses in Bloodlines?
Oh, so much. I mean, I personally have a fear of heights, so it was really exciting to be able to tap into that fear and bring it to life in the opening sequence to make the audience seeing it in the theater feel like they're 400 feet in the air and feeling unbalanced and like they're about to fall. That was really exciting. There's urban legends about a penny. You know, that if you throw a penny off a tall building, it could kill someone. If you put a penny on the train tracks, it could derail a train. So we play with those urban legends. And just throughout the whole experience, we're always trying to think of what are those everyday things that we could ruin for people, where they'll think of our movie for the rest of their lives. You know, when they get a nice cup full of ice, you know, maybe they'll think about our movie. Or when they visit a tattoo and piercing parlor, maybe they'll think of our movie. So we're always trying to think of what we can do to stick in people's minds.
Oh yeah, and definitely going to the doctor to take an MRI now, it's going to be like one of those.
Good luck.